Welcome to the video. If you like magic content like this, I post 2 videos a week, so be sure to subscribe to learn more magic. I hope you enjoy learning this trick. Let's get into it. To make your very own switch envelope, you're going to need 2 envelopes. You can get a pack of several online or from a craft store. They might also come with cards or something that you can put inside. One of these you're going to lay to the side for now, and the other one you're going to use. Grab a pair of scissors and you're going to basically cut out the entire back portion of this, meaning this flap and all of this back portion. Something I like to do is cut down the middle here. That allows me to cut to the side. Then once you've cut a lot of it away, you can just cut the extra parts out. Another thing that makes it easier is to cut diagonally to the corner, which allows these to kind of become separate flaps that you can then cut out separately. Now, before you are done, you're going to make sure it fits inside. It's probably going to often be the case that you're going to have to shave it down a little bit. So this is almost fitting. I'm going to shave it down a little more. All right, hopefully this does it now. Okay, great, now it is fitting inside. You see that? So step 1 is to cut all that down, and you have this nice little extra flap that you can insert into a normal envelope. And now you have 2 options of how you are going to handle this. In one option, you're going to place an object in the envelope, seal it up, open it with a letter opener or knife, and then you're going to show the object to have changed. That is kind of your one-time use ability with this envelope. After you've done that exact action, you have basically rendered it into a reusable switch envelope. So before we do that, let's go ahead and show you how to use it as a rip open switch envelope. So let's say we're doing a torn and restored card. I'm going to place the complete card in this secret compartment that's been created here. So it's going to go behind the insert. So I've placed that card in the insert. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lick this gummy part of the envelope that you would usually lick to seal it and send it off somewhere. It's important before you adhere this, you're going to actually check to make sure that everything lines up perfectly. So in my case, yeah, I'm glad I checked real quick. I actually need to remove just a little bit more of this. Okay, now I've removed a little more of that. Place in my switch object. You can actually slide this up and down to make sure everything fits together. You're gonna let those pieces attach. Now, this might be enough, but you might actually want to come in with glue or double stick tape if it's not adhering well, or if the edges keep coming up. So that's actually something I'm going to do in my case, just because I've kind of been experimenting with these and I've noticed that it needs it. And no one will ever see this portion of it, so don't worry. And no one's ever gonna see this. This is just for the construction of the gimmick. And these edges are particularly important. You'll see why in a moment. So now you're gonna line everything up as best as you can. And now you have your gimmicked envelope ready to go. So when you open this, especially if you've taped it, you will have a very free and open envelope that you can show. So now in performance, you can show the empty envelope, take your torn pieces, place them inside, and you're going to lick this gummy part in order to seal the envelope. If you're worried about the gummy part of the envelope not being enough to keep it down, what you can do is carry like little envelope seals on you, like little stickers that go over probably each of these 3 portions is maybe something I would recommend, just so it all stays down. And you're going to open it with a knife or a letter opener, whatever it may be. And this just adds to the drama of it. But of course, this is using sharp objects. So this is for adults to do, or do it with adult supervision or help. And you're just going to rip up through the envelope. Now you are ripping through 2 pieces, so be sure to rip away from yourself, and also be mindful of where your audience is. You know, you want everyone to be safe. But now what you've done is you have given yourself access to the previously hidden compartment. And that's going to be towards this side. Come in with your hand, open everything away from you so that you have access to that portion, and you'll be able to pull it out, show it, and also show this side empty. Now there's some particular things you want to do in terms of handling. Wanted to give a huge shout out to my channel supporters. Thank you so much to my channel members. You guys are awesome. On this channel, I go back to the classics, those classic staples of magic. They're out there in the public domain, in the classic works, these really cool magic secrets just waiting to be discovered and learned. And so what I do on this channel is I try to provide some of those to you in a more accessible way through video format, along with some of my own tips and advice. So you can always count on about 2 free tutorials per week from this channel. If you want to support me being able to continue to do that, you can support this channel as a member at the supporter tier or the insider tier. Supporters get exclusive badges and insiders get access to videos early. Also this month, I have a bonus magic theory video for all members of the channel. And since we're going through more Tarbell tricks, insider members, you have a bonus video on the membership now where I teach you how to make a card appear inside an orange, also from that original 1926 Tarbell course. So thank you for your support and check that out if you'd like, but for now, let's get back to the video. One personally I would recommend is holding the reveal side toward you so that with your fingers you can come in and you have this dirty stuff here. You're gonna push the flap and everything else away from you, and you're gonna hold with the edges of your fingers the envelope so that you can push it out something like this. This allows the audience to look in toward the clean side, and all of this is kind of hidden underneath here. The pressure of squeezing is also going to keep anything from falling out. So they see this backside when you go to reveal. You can do this convincer, and you can give them a brief look at the inside. And what's going to help is the fact that, and what's going to help with the illusion is the fact that this type of envelope is made up with flaps. So the fact that you cut up through the top of this, the fact that there's layers here, I think is a little more okay and less discrepant. But regardless, I think this is the dirtiest possible spot they could see, so you just want to be aware of that. Another thing that I think helps is actually the little bit of fraying that occurs when you cut the edge open. One more thing to note that I was talking about earlier with my recommendations is the fact that if you bow this type of envelope out and you aren't holding those edges, you will let that peek out. Unless the adhesive on that gummy part of the envelope is just perfect, you'll get this look. And I just don't like that. So the easy fix is, even if the adhesive is not great, just make sure you're holding it down, right? So when you take it in your hands, just use your fingers to make sure that this flap is forward and that the edges are in your fingers. But if you want to go the extra mile, like I said, you can use envelope sealers as part of your presentation. So that is the opening in front of them version. By doing that once though, what you've now created is the basis for a reusable version. So if you're gonna have a reusable version, here's how you can touch it up. Instead of just having to be mindful of this, you have the benefit of preparation, and so you can come in and you can fix it up. So I've placed some tape here, for example, place that edge down. Same thing on this side, place that edge down. So now, even if you don't have your fingers on those corners, you should be able to lift it up pretty well. You might have to keep going in and kind of touching up with tape, but that's the basics of what it looks like. And now what you have is an envelope that you can flap back and forth between. With the reusable envelope, the idea is the same, but now you can just take it out like so. So you're gonna have this prepped here, you can push that to the side, and you have your pieces. And now when you're displaying, once again, I would personally recommend pushing that hidden part toward the audience so that they look in and see this backside. Place your pieces in, give it a snap, give it a blow, whatever you want to do. You will have to flip over naturally, and then you once again can push it away from yourself and pull out the full card. Because of that flip over maybe being quicker, you might want to purposefully delay and try to obfuscate the fact that you're flipping over. So again, if you're starting from this standpoint, you show everything empty, place inside, you might blow, and then you might actually turn it over while offering for them to blow on it or snap on it. Just give some motivation for the turnover. And then as you come in, push that flap away from you so that you can get access to the transformed card. Show that it is transformed, show that this is empty, place it away, and maybe you have a duplicate examinable envelope if you'd like. So there are other envelope styles you can experiment with, and of course there's lots of different tricks you can do, but this should get you started. And now you have your own switching envelope gimmick that you can make at home. If you enjoyed that video, help me out by liking and subscribing. Check out the other video that YouTube is going to recommend to you on the end screen here. But until next time, keep enjoying your magic, stay a hobbyist at heart, and I'll see you guys in the next video.